What up, my freaks? RuinousInsight here with part 105 of my Total Warhammer 3 modded Karl Franz campaign. So as we saw last time, Boris Todbringer's White Wolves charged the Dark Elves of Hag Grief and were victorious in a pretty darn glorious battle. Lots of lots of enemy units, I guess, on the field at once. Now Malice's faction is in pretty bad shape. He has no sliver of power remaining, and with 6 settlements, he might be able to get one more army on the field, but, well, he will probably not succeed. Norska is also pretty much done for here. Ooh, can we auto-resolve this yet? Without losing units? It looks like we can. Ooh, which means, should we do this right now? And we shall. There's no need to fight this. Hey, a trickster's helm, not bad. You can occupy this just for now. Another student. Running out of units to give those to. And some nice stuff that should probably not go on a temporary lord like Henry. And Gavin, you don't need the trickster's helm, but, well, we'll see for the end game whether you will be called to it. More importantly, we should be able to destroy Throg for good upon landing at Varg Camp. So let's hope that the game isn't lying and we can actually land here. Tech Thief, steal some tech. Oh, I forgot to move the tech thieves between the episodes. Damn, I did all the other admin though. And, oh, it looks like, Gavin, you won't be able to land an attack immediately, which means you'll suffer attrition and then have to fight. Well, that's a little bit unfortunate. Gonna be a lot more dangerous for you by virtue of it. We could try to move Ludwig Schwarzhelm in, but he won't get there in time. Well, oh well, what can you do? Let's move everybody else around. I was really hoping to get this battle going, but, well, if we can't, we can't. Also, what's our research rate at? 755, still at 2, though. I wonder, if it's at 1,000 needed to get to the appropriate number, then it's probably not going to happen, to be perfectly frank, but we'll see. Anyway, Karl, you're done, or at the very least, you're done in the Chaos Wastes for our current time, so you're going to head out and you're going to start moving southward in preparation for the endgame. Alberic, you're going to move out here to the Cliff of Beasts, or close to it. Maternus, you're going to lead the way to attacking said Cliff of Beasts, so go into encamp stance, please, and march forward together with Alberic. Lovely, and then Karl, you're on the way. Boris, then you don't need to hit the Cliff of Beasts yourself, even though you could have done so in one turn. You'll go for the Twisted Towers instead, and who knows, maybe Malice has a stack coming up there, in which case we'd be able to get a battle going. And Dirksedo, obviously continue following along, and ooh, can you get some global recruitment going, perhaps? As in, to recover those Wolfkin that are missing from your army? Oh, they take 2 turns, really? I would have thought that the Wolfkin would be, well, considering they're basically identical to Flagellants, in concept, I would have thought that they would only take 1 turn. Okay, well, maybe you can sit here and, well, I guess we could replace them with Flagellants if we wanted to right now. Why not? And then we'll replace those with Wolfkin once we, well, have a few turns to sit around. If we get hurt or something, what the heck? The Crag? Is this Cargo Crag? Crag really like us, huh? I guess they really like the fact that we're attacking Hag Grief as well as all these wars with factions they hate. Sigvald is only at -21 as well. Kind of unexpected. How are our Elven allies doing? Oh, well, Ariel's done for. She's gonna get surrounded and killed by Nagaroth, who are still alive. Well, she does have a lot of other armies nearby, though, so who knows? Maybe she will survive. Gregor Rodziner, your turn to move, my friend. Go to the Fell Cargo here and sail to the wreck. Hopefully this is auto-resolvable, and indeed it is. And get that money. And is there any other reason to continue sailing down the River Reik? Let's find out. Another lost cargo. He's certainly finding these. I don't see any other islands here, which means you can start well, you know what? Actually, sit in Marienburg to heal up for a turn or so, and then we'll move you back out afterwards. Also, do these guys... Okay, you need to move over there, but you can't do so right now. Did you take that Razor Standard? Because that's a rare item that we certainly don't need on you. Alrighty, who is up next? Wolfram Custerman. You are heading down towards the Occam's Forever Maze. Wait. We suffer attrition here no matter what, regardless of the Chaos Corruption, just by virtue of it being the Chaos Waste. You're still too hurt to siege this, unfortunately, so I think we'll have to wait. That's a nice defense. That actually looks like a fight worth fighting, so we'll probably do that one. Maybe with all 3 armies, or maybe we'll move 1 past all this. I wonder if these guys can manage to take the Altar of Facades. I feel like they'll fail, but who knows, we'll see. So Peter, stay where you are. Bernard von Sanger, you're staying where you are for now as well. Nud, you are heading towards the Fortress of Oz, and I believe the defenses there are lackluster, so you may be able to auto... Oh, there's an army that's nearby, though, which could be a concern. Close victory. And they do have a couple of Giants and a couple of Chaos Knights, but nonetheless, it doesn't seem worth our time. On resolve. We'll save it for that hard target of... Oh, I probably should have sacked it or raised... whatever. We'll just give it at a better... we'll just give it to our allies in better shape. State troop levy for you for now, and we'll build some basic stuff here. Whatever takes 2 turns just to make it worth more when we trade it to our allies. And I think it's only these things. The rest is not worth it, or at least it won't build in time. Oh, this can also be built. And now that's it. Alrighty, lovely. Not gonna be keeping this. I do see that there are USAC nearby. Not a full stack, but maybe worth a fight, potentially, and we shall see. And let's, in the meantime, keep going. So, Nud, that was you. Kurt does not need to move, or at least he already has. Helmet, now we could start sailing you to the Dark Elves, but frankly, I'm not sure that we care enough at this point. Just sit here for now. I think this is a reasonably good position for you to wait out the endgame scenario, because depending on what it is, you may have to head out here, you may have to head out down here, certainly a potential. You may have to head to Skaven Light because of the because of Clan Scryer's revival. We'll keep you waiting, and then we'll figure out where to send you depending. Balthazar Gelt, you are gonna grab the Sentinels and move back down towards Darkhold right after. Let's put you into a Trenches stance as well while we're at it, and send you there. Alright, obviously an auto-resolve, not too much damage, and occupy. Another scribe and another student. Damn, we just got like 5 new students, which is... well, it's going to be annoying finding enough heroes to actually hold on to them. I guess it's not the worst problem to have, though, to be fair. Aldebras Meyer, you I was going to send down to Black Iron Mine, but it looks like these dwarfs are going to go forward anyway, so we could just trade it from them. And if that's the case, we'll move you to Mount Greyhag instead. And have you take that while Balthazar Gelt jumps from Darkhold to Crookback Mountain. And then that will be it for Imric, and then we'll either head down to Nagashazar, which might be something fun to do, or maybe even down to the Poxmakers of Nurgle, depending. Not that we really need to do either thing, but, you know, because we can. To the Sinhal Monolith, please, Volky. I cart you cannot reach it, but just sit in the... well, actually, you can sit out here instead. Or possibly even closer. Auto-resolve this, obviously, because it's a bunch of garbage, and keep... Another brass cleaver, rather. Always a nice pickup, and we've also picked the... okay, you can keep them forward. We've also got the commandment available now, so State Troop Levy. And how close are we to the Godless Crater? Yeah, still fairly far. I'm only concerned about it because, well, not so much concerned perhaps, but rather because we will possibly fight that depending on what's there, and then probably send Volky back right after for the endgame. We'll probably send a couple through the sea lanes to deal with, not Rakarth, but Lokir, but that may be some time from now. Anyway, who is up next? Marcus, yes, keep moving through these territories. I don't see Rakarth, so we could very well send you to... Oh, wow, you can reach Great Turtle Isle from here? It's kind of unexpected. Can you also reach it? No. Okay, so here's what we'll do. Marcus, you're going to go to Great Turtle Isle and you're going to besiege it, not attack it. If they want to fight in a settlement battle, I'm perfectly willing. And then we'll send Hans to the Golden Ziggurat. Alright, so yeah, just sit here, keep building these. It's a nice set of defenders. Maybe they will think that this is an easy army to take, and they, you know, I wouldn't be surprised. We've certainly seen such things happen before. Just in case, we'll need to level him up, because if that's a fight, he'll actually have to... Are you kidding me? This is going to kill off the greatswords? Really? I don't want to lose greatswords to this. They take 2 turns to recruit. Oh, game. Why you do this? Okay, well, maybe we keep him there for a turn? I don't know. And and you're still recruiting. Okay, so that's fine. I was thinking about getting some reinforcements, and I can't believe one of the greatswords is going to die to this. You, however, we're going to level. I'll figure out what to do with them as we go, but for now, they don't have to move. Stand your ground, most definitely. Sharpshooter's the only thing that matters for these units, which means we can start moving towards Executioner and towards Hunter's Snare. I can also keep making you stronger, but frankly, I don't think any amount of making you that much stronger is going to... well, you know what? This is actually a considerable increase in range. Maybe we'll do that. But otherwise, Executioner and Hunter's Snare are the way to go. Though which one is better? A little bit more missile strength or a little bit more reload? I suppose if you're missing shots, then the reload is better. And frankly, this guy does run out of ammunition fairly often, so we may need to get some war wagon followers, which we are working on. Anyway, you, well, enemy armor reduction, enemy armies in province, yes please. Cleanse the force, charge when attacking, we're probably not doing that. You have on occasion also run out of ammunition, but you also on occasion need to fight in melee, so let's get you that point. You have 4 points available to yourself. Defensive coordinator, reload time reduction for towers during siege battles, eh? That's if we're defending. What's the likelihood of us defending, though? Machine oil is not going to be useful for this army. Just double checking if there's anything here that would actually be good, but not really by the looks of it. Now, lab will give us... Man, you have a lot of defensive stuff, but nothing non-defensive, do you? It's a little bit unfortunate. Well, I guess we'll get Overseer? I don't know. I honestly don't really see how it matters what we get for this guy. Get rid of Grimnir just in case you get targeted. Your turn, Hedwig Van Hal. You have Retinue Trainer already. We will get you your Witch Hunter Retinue. Hey, that's another unit. That'll help. And I guess... leadership when in foreign territory. Probably not enough to be worthwhile. I think we'll just move towards Slippery so that he doesn't die as often. Just double checking if there's anything here that will be useful. Enemy missile resistance minus 8% enemy characters in region. Oh, that's not bad actually. Let's go through this then. Enemy of the undead. That's not anti, not everything there is anti-undead after all. Baroness Time War, Banishment, and Arcane Conduit for you, since we have the stuff that we use constantly already maxed out. Then you, Roderick, who is back from the dead. Still have not decided between these two. The fact that he died makes me think that, oh wait, plus 12 in fighting undead, useless. Spell resistance a little bit, leadership war plus 100%, but a significant reduction in weapon strength, but we don't necessarily have to get that. And share the feat is cavalry, which was completely useless to us, but my vow ain't too bad. Even if it, it does not affect self. Wow, really? Considering how it's not the strongest buff, it's meh. Although the vigor reduction would be helping all of our other units. Then we could do Blinding Majesty, which gives us Grail Banishment. Oh, this gives you extra physical and hit points resistance. It's not bad. Self-centered melee attack, but aura leadership. Do we actually care about your aura? Huh. You know, I'm thinking actually maybe we go for Blinding Majesty. Lowers all resistances isn't bad, and this can make him a little bit more tanky, and a little bit more fighty as well. I find it bizarre that Quality Feed is here, and Share the Feed is here. It's almost like these two are sort of like mixed up with each other, and it doesn't seem quite right. I'm just double checking that there's nothing that will make him even tankier because he's constantly dying, or he's constantly getting the most hurt, but no. Blessing of the Lady is what we'll go for, and we'll go for Blinding Majesty. At the cost of my vow, even though I do think that my vow isn't too bad either. Alright, anyway, Marcus, you are good there. Let's keep moving, and then we'll see who actually needs to do anything. Like, manually do anything. Right, Helmut, we should be past you already. That was Marcus. Kurt Lehman... I should probably name you Guardian, because I keep checking you. And there we go, at least this way I won't click you again. Bernhard Hart, yeah, you can't recruit right now. Kurt Helborg, you are just going to just sit here right now. And then we'll send you where you're needed. Guardian Warner, I didn't mean to click on you, didn't realize you were a Guardian. Ludwig, you are waiting here for 2 more turns until this arrives, but you know what, we can start moving you out, and then when that army arrives, it'll just follow you. I'm hoping that the endgame scenario will be Skaven, so we can move Ludwig to defend Helpit, and thus get some mileage out of his treemen and his new army, and that Altdorf Company of Honor as well. He's just taken so long to get to where our other armies are currently congregating that we haven't really had time to, or a chance to, really make any use of him. Anyway, you're at Citadel of Dusk, which is fine. Let's move you to Schlansek next, I guess. Just double check, you can't reach it, can you? Oh, looks like you can. You probably won't be able to auto-resolve it, though. Which is a shame. Might would these guys be able to reach us? I don't know. There was another army belonging to these guys out here, but I don't know where it is anymore. You know what, let's not risk it. Let's send you to Dusk Peaks, rather, and we'll take it. Though every single extra turn that Kairos is alive is potentially dangerous to us. You are going to move out here. And yeah, there's still Skaven and stuff to contend with. I'm still wondering where Rikarth and his full stack are as well. Anyway, that was Simon Moesher. Let's find him in the list again. 1 second. I swear I'll find him. There he is. Alrighty, Bruno Graber, you're up next, my friend, and you are done Oh. One of you should be continuing to recruit, so more war wagons as followers, and we can't build enough, so get rid of one of the free companies. Sorry, free company, but the war wagons will come in more handy as follower armies. And you're still recruiting your great swords for 1 more turn. You can't recruit, or rather don't need to, and you have... wait, not you. You are still recruiting as well, because everybody else is fine. That was who? That was Bruno Graber. Let's find him again. Man, it just takes so long to move down the list. Wolfric Unberogen, you are just a sort of follower army once again, but you can continue following along because we may need you to grab a settlement. Obsidian Amet, yeah, I guess you can keep that, I don't care. If we need one, we can always take it off you. If I remember that you have one mind. So where are you? Guardian Leopold, oh wait, no. I don't need to click you. Henry Albrecht, you are good here, but, well, nah, you can't global recruit anymore. I was just thinking we send you to continue global recruiting. And the Sutzens guns can finally be traded to Wolfram Custerman. He finally has his army completely complete.
Warrior of Sigmar.
You know what? Quickly do this, and then take... oh, they can't move, damn. Okay, trade. I'm just gonna trade the other mortar back to you. And then, Ritual Dog Burglar, you're no longer necessary. Yes, lower the amount of heroes and lords in the list just that little bit. Ow, but now we don't know where he was in the list. Oh, man, okay. Guardian Leopold Hull, you're a Guardian, so we don't need to click you. Who the heck is Luther Pritzcock? You can and should be recruiting. Let's get you some, I don't know, crossbows and huntsmen to combine with all the, these guys, though we will need some artillery. There should be a gunsmith somewhere here. You have a gunsmith, yes, maybe we'll get you some mortars, although frankly, we'd probably get more mileage out of war wagons than we would out of mortars anyway. Hanstein, you guys are still staying here, and now we're down to the tech thieves. Okie dokie. I did the buildings between the episodes, but apparently I didn't do the tech thieves, but, well, let's do some tech thievery. Alright, there should be more tech thieves if I can find them somewhere. You, okay, yeah, you're succeeding, good for you. 90%, that's another tech thief. I believe these ones can't move. You can see why I normally do this between the episodes. Alright, good. And is that the last one? We don't actually have a lot of tech thieves in this particular campaign. I'm trying to convince myself, maybe. Temp, tech thief, Elgar Lehman? Who are you? Oh, you're one of these guys, yeah, for the new army, that's fine, and I believe that's it. Alrighty, so we have several things that we need to do. A couple manual battles by the look of it, and then we'll end the turn. Alright, so manual... wait. Huh, they're not dying anymore. Oh, fantastic. I don't know what did it, but it looks like we are able to not manually fight an easy garbage battle like that, which is just lovely. And then, yeah, hopefully these guys sally out and fight Marcus, and also let's put this Gleaming Pennant on... no, it doesn't matter. Yeah, fine, whatever. Then, that was not the only one, there was another. And it was up here, wasn't it? You, Leopold van Blount, you're not able to do this either without losing both of your war wagons. We're gonna quickly manually fight this, even though it's kind of dumb. And then we'll end the turn, and then we should have the choice of at least 2 big battles, depending on if, well... if during the end of the turn, the enemy tries to sally out and attack us down where Ricarthi is. In Ricarth Town. Alright, I'm just gonna speed through this real quick. Oh, reinforcements coming in as well. How many seconds until they come in? Minute and 50 seconds. Yeah, we should be able to move forward and destroy this army first. Start deployment like so. We are going to do this. Please tell me that... no, okay, that didn't quite work. I'm gonna get to it, you go here. Dwarfen handgunners, or whatever you're called. Thunderers, there we go, that's the one. And the other Thunderer unit here. We just built these randomly, well, not randomly so much as we needed something, and that was really... there wasn't a lot in the way of options. You two... oh, you're a flyer. Okay, fine. You can be group 1, and then you can be part of this, which is group 2. You are actually group 3. You're gonna be group 2 because you need to cast. You guys are gonna be the flanking units. Like so, and like so. Alright, so 4, 5, 6, and 7. Alright, and you guys can go here and flank as well. 6, I actually want you to move out front and start battle. Go kill the enemy lord. Group 3, I would like you to move forward like this. Don't have skirmish mode on, please, and then we'll move you, and then you forward like so. Alright, fantastic. And yes, we have that Imperial Tactics available now. Duration, 30 seconds, cooldown, 90 seconds. It's only on 1 unit, but hey, it's something. And are these guys actually running away? That's actually not necessarily a bad thing. You can take a better position here then. And then you guys can go down here. And then you guys can go all the way over here, and then you guys can back us up. Also, we need our mage. Alright, you guys get around the enemy. Let's also speed this up a little bit. And let's try to get the most threatening units, which are going to be the boar boys. Alright, you go after this boar boy, you go after this boar boy. There we go. Should I have been focusing them both at the same time? Maybe. Maybe not. But they're having a pretty bad time anyway, and there we go. This one's nearly dead. Oh, you gotta love war wagons. And here come the enemy units on the field, but they're going to take a while to get here, most likely. And, okay, you guys can back off, and you guys can continue firing. And then if they actually catch you, we'll have our Lord land. And there we go. Alright, and ooh, hello, somebody's casting something else. It's just a Spirit Leech. Oh, you guys want to back off, and I want you to help defend against the onslaught on this side. Okay, let's reposition a little bit. Like so. And charge forward. Alright, probably should have let these guys charge forward as well. How are we? Oh, damn it. I was gonna take a look at them and then I slowed it down. Alright. I keep thinking of this as a cinematic battle wherein we do like slow motion and stuff, and then take a look at stuff. But I guess it can only do slow motion when we zoom in here, or otherwise we suffer. Alright, there we go. Some enemy orcs moving in. Still some decent shots, and Thunderers actually thundering away. Haven't seen a lot in the way of dwarfen allies. And that's interesting. Their color scheme is quite interesting. They are not using the red color scheme, despite being Empire. Huh, interesting. Alright, well, get another volley in there. I should also... Come on. Volley fire, please. Enemy might not be near it. There we go. Alrighty, let's check back on what the heck is going on. Our lord is okay. War wagons, go after this place. Okay, you're kind of trapped. You are going to need to go dwellers below right here, because I wasn't paying attention, so it was somewhat my fault. You guys are doing fine. I would like you to kill off the enemy Gobbo, and I would like you to get your reload bonuses. Everybody else looks okay. Guess we didn't really need to pay attention. And our lord is also doing surprisingly well. Alright, and oh, did the boar boys get through? Oh no, it's their lord going after the war wagons. You know what? That does actually make sense. I would have done the same. And you have taken too long to get here. Our lord is fine. Give a little bit of a chase, and I guess you can continue firing. Well done, dwarfen units. And looks like that giant river troll hag is just about done for. Yeah, I don't know why this wasn't auto-resolvable. Even with me not paying attention, it wasn't just fine. And then just when I was about to use healing on these guys, but oh well, not a big deal. You guys chase all of this off. You guys chase this, but do we need to destroy these guys? I guess we do, but actually we need to destroy this army. Not the other army. The other one doesn't matter, so we need to chase down this lord and whatever we can of these units as well. So yeah, let's do that. Speed it up, Ken. Yeah, good job, Snow Leopard. Good job at assassinating these relatively weak, but still necessarily killable enemy heroes and stuff. And there we go. Thunderers and Free Company Militia go into melee. Please hurry up. Probably don't need the other archers either. Now we have more Imperial Tactics. Go for that. Melee defense, oh, it doesn't actually increase melee attack, just weapon damage. Well, I guess that'll still help kill these guys off a little bit faster. Do wonder how much damage the Snow Leopards did. 8.6k and 7k. Actually not too bad. Well done, Snow Leopards. Alrighty. But, you know, obviously that should not have been a battle that we needed to actually fight. But yeah, at least we got to see some dwarfen units. Although I suppose whenever we see the fire army Maternus Citizen, we can see the Iron Drake's fire. It's not just the Thunderers, after all. Alright, now mostly I just want to end the turn and hope that we get that Confed and find ourselves a battle. A proper battle. Come on. And this is why I usually cut the loading times out. Alright, there we go. Sword of Switzerland, sure, keep it. I don't care. And occupy the place, and then there was one. Yeti Peak still has to be fought for. Wound recovery time, Hunter, Sword of Switzerland, enemy killed in battle, Titan's Notch, we will not collect the income. And I do wonder. No, there's no way we take Yeti Peak, not with a half stack with elites plus all this. We'd be able to do this if it wasn't for the army. Maybe if we can get an ambush going? Or we build something here, something that is devastatingly strong, but I don't think that we have the allegiance to do so at the current time, so I'm not sure whether it's a viable option. Anyway, that is that, so we're going to get another piece of research. Attrition... Oh, there's more... Oh, it's one under siege. Meh. Definitely meh. Advanced cartography is extra movement range, even if it ain't much. I don't care about the recruitment reduction or the recruitment capacity at this stage in the game. Imperial Architect isn't a bad thing to have, though. Construction time for all buildings. Save us a few extra turns. Volley... Oh, let's get Volley Fire. Volley Fire is quite a decent upgrade for a lot, and I mean a lot of units. Frankly, everything in missiles is pretty darn good. And even extra range for missile infantry, yeah, that all seems very much worth our time. I'm just taking a look at the other stuff here. Yeah, we've been fighting basically without any tech buffs for any of our units. Not that these mere mortal men really needed it. Anyway, skip Garrison Lord not moved and assign skill points, that's fine. Those are plentiful. A building upgrade available, I did those. Outpost upgrade available. Guess we'll get a few of those going as well. Outpost available? Nope, that's Vissenland. I gotcha this time, Vissenland. Alright, and let's hope that Marcus gets attacked on turn. And please, please don't... Okay, ally mobilizes towards settlement. Settlement besiege. Okay, yeah, I was just worried about Kairos stopping our faction. Hopefully we can kill him or his faction over the next few turns and then won't have to deal with it anymore. Speaking of Kairos, if these guys don't sally out, we should be able to attack... You want us to join war against Hexoatl? I'm sure you do, but we don't need to. We just don't need to. Alright, Blessed Dread are way too far from us to concern us, and I guess, well, most of these guys are. Technically, the Skaven are not, so they might be able to threaten one of our armies. Nope, doesn't look like it. Balthanol looks like he's trying to move in towards the Great Turtle Isle, but by the looks of it, they didn't sally out. Interesting. Well, they had their chance. Because now their second army is going to be here. Oh, hello. Oh, I was not oh, wait, I should have been expecting this. I should have absolutely been expecting this, and in fact, I was. The question is, do we fight this like this? It's a lot of extra units. And then there's Throg. It's going to be a concerning time. It really depends on the kind of map. The map might completely screw us over, although on the other hand, it might not. It looks like too fun of a fight to retreat from, so we're gonna fight it.
Raise your weapons!
Raise your weapons, raise your guns, to be specific, as this is Kurt Haldenstrat's army, and everyone except those summoned halberdiers must have a gun of some sort. I guess with the exception of Kurt himself. Anyway, let's see what we can do here. This is going to be a difficult fight, I am reasonably certain. The enemy does have a lot of units that we're going to have to try to contend with, though to be fair, we have gained... Well, this army has gotten a lot stronger as it's, as it's leveled up. The Hawkland long rifles have become a pretty disgustingly strong unit at 250 range and 63 missile strength with stagger shot at that. These guys can mow down enemies with gusto, let's say. I mean, they were always good, but, we started this army with, what, only 2 of them? Or I guess, no, we started with 1 of them, and over time got more and more and more, and over time this army became more powerful. This is the Empire's equivalent of a Warplog Jezzails, and we know how good Warplog Jezzails are, so I'm still excited to see this army do its thing. Anyway, we're going to start the battle off by annoying the enemy army with our Outriders and our heavy war sleds. Frankly, I'd probably rather remove the Outriders from this army, as they don't really accomplish all that much, and maybe even get back one of our heavy war sleds. Mostly because in the rare occasions where we do have to fight in melee, these guys at least have a combination of Bone Crusher and the ability to bolster armor, so I like them a little bit more in terms of the damage they dish out than the Outriders. That said, the Outriders do have the... they do have the benefit of the buffs actually benefiting them, so there is that. Maybe replace them with Outriders with grenade launchers? Maybe. Though at this point in the game, I'm not sure that there's really all that much need of an adjustment to the army. Anyway, as we can see, these guys have been annoying this unit of Berserkers, or right, actually these are Marauders with great weapons, and frankly, they're having a rather difficult time at killing off even 1 unit, so they're not really doing all that much, and despite the fact that this is a fairly not loose formation. Tight formation, there we go. Unit, we're going to also take a hit from the enemy Frostrums as they've arrived on the field, and a decent amount of our Outriders will drop. I should have dodged that, but unfortunately I was busy controlling other units at the time and didn't notice it on time. Oh well, not a big deal. Looks like the Marauders with great weapons will be out of here, and we can maybe get the Cold Voider to chase us, because if we can, we should be able to knock it out of the sky, either via the Outriders and the War Sleds, or via our Lord, or if it gets sufficiently close with our with our handgun, or not handguns, the Hawkland long rifles. We've seen, I mean, we faced off against Norska with Kurt's army many a time already, and we've already seen that the Hawkland long rifles, even a single one of them, can bring down a, oh hello, a frostworm or a mammoth with decent ease. Speaking of, 2 of our Hawkland long rifles are going to target this frostworm, and a couple volleys will bring it down below half HP, and it's going to run the heck out of there. The cannons are going to try to help out and stagger the thing, and there we go. We can see that damage. Beautiful, and I love seeing that speed get reduced to 50. Or by 50%. Out goes the first of the frostworms, kind of a waste by the enemy. It looks like it wants to flank with its frostworms, so its second one is moving, and this is the Cold Voider. And this time in, well, if that was so successful, we can do the exact same thing here with the other 2 units of Hawkland long rifles, who are going to target the Cold Voider. Of course, the Cold Voider is not alone like the other frostworm was, but even through the trees, we see it take half damage and have not even engaged with Kurt as yet. But as I said, it is not alone, as a couple of units of marauders with throwing axes have moved in to try to help. I'm gonna distract the Cold Voider for a few seconds, and then Kurt, by the looks of it, will get the final blow. And that's also fine, as he will also now come down on those throwing axes, dodging pretty much all of them and distracting them or forcing them into melee. This should allow our other units, both of the Hawkland long rifles and the war sleds and the outriders, to start working on those poor horses. And they are very fragile, so volleys from any one of these units is going to do a decent amount of damage. Yeah, I really like the models of the Hawkland long rifles as well. Anyway, there we go. It looks like we've seen off that first, the Marauder Horseman, and the second one is booking it out of there, seeing that it can do or achieve nothing. Our artillery also continued to work. It looks like the enemy is waiting to get everybody into position, which isn't great per se for it. On the other hand, it is essentially lobbing up or building up its armies right at the edge of where our artillery can fire. So they can fire a little bit, but as we can see, most of them will drop a little bit earlier, a little bit short than the enemy units, especially because for whatever reason the game is programmed for units not to generally target center mass of enemy formations, even though I feel like all units should probably target center mass of formations, but you know, what do I know? Anyway, I'm gonna continue the bombardment as long as the enemy lets us, though it looks like they're doing a pretty darn good job doing the dance and dodging shots. At the very least, the cannons are difficult to dodge, but unfortunately the cannons do like no damage, so yeah, no. Maybe they will be competitive if they continue to do this over a long time. It looks like the enemy started milling around here, which means it is an opportunity to drop a Flamestorm. It's a spell that back in this version of the game, back before the Lure of Fire was modified or fixed or bettered, buffed. There we go. Buffed in the Chaos Dwarfs DLC. I really pretty much never used this spell because I don't particularly like it, or didn't particularly like it, as it was one of the worst of vortexes in my opinion, and both too unstable and unlikely to it and Purple Son of Zoreus are the ones that I pretty much never used. But now, not in this version obviously, but in the post-DLC version, it's a lot stronger, so yeah. But on the bright side, we at least get to see it a couple times in this particular battle, so and that's quite nice. Anyway, it looks like the enemy has gotten scared of the Flamestorm, I guess, and it forced them to move towards us, which is kind of funny, but also works for or in our favor. It actually looks like the enemy isn't doing much. I'm not sure that it wants to go forward. It tried that flank and it ultimately failed. See, it moves a single unit in, and with a single volley, it just gets absolutely ripped apart by the Hawkland long rifles. Maybe the AI just plain doesn't understand. Actually, I remember the last time we fought with the with Kurt Haldenstrat's, or maybe not the last time, but a couple times ago, it was a similar sort of situation where there were multiple armies of Norska on the field, and they were trying to hang out essentially at the edge of the range before getting to where the Hawkland long rifles could fire at them. So it does look like the AI just plain fears this unit, which, you know, it damn well should. Over the bombardment and the units that we have managed to pick off, both the artillery and with our units on the flanks and stuff, the balance of power has actually shifted in our favor, which is great. We're also going to now take the opportunity to move more Hawkland long rifles forward, not all of them of course, but a few, so that they can start firing on the enemy and hopefully draw them into the fight. But even if not, oh, what the heck, these guys look cool. What are these? Are these the Icehorn Marauders? Yeah, they're the Icehorn Marauders. I somewhat recognize you, because you're wearing Chaos Plate, like full plate. But anyway, these guys are still too scared to move in, but once again, that's their problem. Let's see if we can't nudge them a little bit by giving them some third-degree burns. There we go. Or just allowing the Flamestorm to consume as many of those Berserkers as possible. Hey, if you're true Berserkers, you get really angry and try to, you know, use your axes on the Flamestorm. That's how you separate the true Berserkers from just the wannabe Berserkers. Anyway, as I was saying, we are moving some of these Hawkland long rifles into where they can fire. There we go. The reason I didn't want to move all of them was as soon as the enemy army gets upset enough about this happening, they will charge forward, but we want to be able to retreat by fire and movement, as in these guys will retreat while the other long rifles will cover their retreat but continue firing. It would be a very bad idea for none of the long rifles to be firing at the same time, because obviously then we wouldn't be getting the advantage of the speed reduction from all those stagger shots. And of course all the damage that we'd be missing out on. Alrighty, and it looks like the enemy army still does not want to push forward. The balance of power continues to climb, and they're going to have an issue with this. A lot of lovely shots of watching the artillery fire, though. Yeah, so this is Throg's last hurrah as well, but maybe he just doesn't know what to do anymore. His faction is broken, this is his last settlement and his last major army, so yeah. Alright, a few more shots, and looks like these guys that were on the flank have been taken out by the long rifles as well. As we can see, our artillery are actually dropping in terms of ammunition, though the long rifles at least have plenty more where that came from. Well, keep firing. They're going to have to move towards us eventually. Either that or we just completely run out of ammunition. One thing I regret in this particular battle is that I didn't get the burning head on our fire wizard, mainly because for an all-range army, the burning head would be a relatively useless spell, as the enemy would be fairly unlikely to get into a nice line formation where you could use it against them. But funnily enough, this battle would have been a great time to cast an overcast burning head through all those enemy piles of units. So once again, what the heck do I know? Anyway, Hawkland long rifles will continue to fire together with the artillery, and it looks like the enemy has finally gotten annoyed enough at the situation, at the state of affairs, to start rushing forward, but that just means more and more of our Hawkland long rifles will become, in range, or will be in range of the enemy. Let's see what's going on over on this side here. Well, I doubt that the enemy is actually going to be able to approach any units from this side, because really only the tree cover would allow them to do anything. And looks like a unit of Marauder Horsemen with once again throwing axes are going to be able to approach. Another spear unit tries to approach but ultimately gets gunned down by the Hawklanders. And the last of these units will try to rush forth, and there's the long rifles firing again. Of course, Kurt Haldenstrat is also flying overhead, getting ready for a nice duel with Throg. Can't be missing out on a duel with a legend like Throg, so that's definitely going to be one of the goals here. Another Flamestorm, definitely the most Flamestorms we've used in the campaign so far as well. Here we go, the enemies have arrived and have engaged our Halberdiers, our summoned Halberdiers, so obviously we don't care much about that, and of course while this is happening, we continue to fire on them. And with our rifles, taking a few hits with the enemy Javelins, Kurt Haldenstrat has come down and has engaged Throg in combat as well, and he is, well, he's staggered, Throg is as well, while Kurt has popped his Sword of Anti-Heroes and Stand Your Ground, massively buffing his melee defense and weapon strength, and I'm sure that he should be able to handle Throg while that's up due to the stat disparity. Over on this side, Marauder Berserkers have reached our flank protecting armored Cossars, who we did pop that Imperial Tactics on, which when combined with Stand Your Ground gives them an absolutely ridiculous 109 melee defense. Normally these guys are pretty fragile, but with that buff they won't be nearly as such. The Bordermen are also going to help out by firing over the heads of our armored Cossars and absolutely exploding those poor Berserkers, while their Lord Throg gets ripped apart in the background by Kurt. He is down to a fraction of his HP and a few more hits, and the big boy shall fall. Ah, come on, Kurt, come on. One more time. And there we go, down goes Throg, which should be for the very last time, as I don't believe we'll be seeing him again, but hey, at least he died having a duel with the enemy lord rather than getting knocked out by the Hawklanders via range, as that would have been unfortunate. Nice to see the Cossars fighting in melee as well against those Berserkers, though now that they've lost their defensive buffs, they should start dropping fairly quickly. But fortunately, it looks like the enemy will rout just on time, and with that, the battle will be ours. Really, no problem at all, while our Halberdiers that were summoned got hurt. I don't think really we took all that much damage on anybody. Wait, actually one of the Outrider units did get killed because it accidentally got itself caught by some enemy doggos, the Regiment of Renown. But that was it. The Norscan Warhounds. And Beasts of Tashnar. And Kurt Haldenstrat is just flying around. He's killed Throg, now he's going after the enemy Marauder Chieftain. And no, this is something that you should watch out for. See how he's at like 30% HP? Watch his HP drop. There we go, almost got himself killed. Really gotta watch out, as the Hawkland long rifles do so much damage that if you put your own unit in front of them, they might be able to kill your lord in a volley or two if you're not careful. But anyway, despite the relative weirdness of that particular battle, we have certainly done it. I would have loved to see how it would have gone if the enemy had actually, tried to assault the hill, but I'm not sure it would have been all that much more successful than what they tried was. Unless the AI was smart enough to go through the trees, but, somehow I doubt that it would have. Anyway, apparently a close victory, but, considering the amount of ammunition that we've expended, I'm not even surprised. Well, I gotta say, that did not go at all like I was expecting it to go. It seems that the enemies just didn't know what to do, maybe because of the sheer firepower of the Hawkland long rifles and the fact that so many of them would have been gunned down, I don't know. Otherwise, 110,000 damage on the Hellstorm rocket battery, not as much as the Sunmaker in Karl's army, perhaps, or in terms of what it's gotten previously, but still pretty darn good. If cannons almost completely without ammunition, as in they almost ran out of ammunition by the end, 13k damage and 16k damage. Pretty disappointing, to be frank, but oh well. We're used to it with the cannons, let's say. We are going to get execute captives for once, and I believe nobody else has a chance to attack us. I have to wonder whether that one unit of Outriders that got ripped apart by the Beasts of Tashnar will die to attrition or not. But either way, ally mobilizes, Sword of Cain claimed. Oh my. Huh. The Nagaroth has claimed the Sword of Cain from Malariel. Well, hopefully they can get it back. Let's see. Karakadrin, Troll Hunter for Kurt. Hedge Wizard, a Griffin banner, always a nice pickup. And no Confederation as yet. Well, hopefully we'll get it eventually. But obviously that went quite long, and we're out of time. I imagine that you won't be able to auto-resolve this, and even if you could, there's another problem. You can't reach here, can you? Just out of curiosity? No. The problem is this. If we attack this, you're going to be damaged. This guy's going to siege next turn.
To the provinces.
Meaning that you will lose whatever units to attrition. Anyway, I guess we'll figure out how to deal with this next time around, so I'm going to call the episode here. Next time, we once again continue advancing everywhere we can. I'll probably once more trade a few more settlements away between the episodes, and this time I won't forget to do the Tech Thief movery, so I'll do that as well. Stay tuned for more Karl as we head towards that endgame, turn 102 now. Don't forget to leave a like and comment. All glory to the algorithm, and thanks for watching.